Yesterday we learned practice set 1.1. The practice set 1.1 all problems we can see. Then we are going to learn practice set 1.2. But before we will start practice set 1.2, some of the basic things which is required to solve the practice set 1.2, that must be first we see, and afterwards we are going to solve practice set 1.2. Okay, so today we will see the first thing, which is the line segment. So line segments means what? Just see. So this is the line. See, this is the line. So means this portion having arrow, at that side this is also having arrow. See, so this is a line. Then on this line there is a limited portion you can see, that is shown by the dot. See, this dot and this dot. So distance between these two dots is called as the segment. It's called as the segment. So here is we are giving name for that. So this is the A point and this is the B point. So distance between A and B is called as the segment. So that name of the segment is AB segment. So this is AB segment, and that is written as seg AB. That is written as seg AB. Are you understand that segment means what? Segment means, see, first this is the line. Suppose this is the line A. Why it is called a line? It is a collection of points, but this portion and this portion, these two portions are unlimited, and that can be shown here by the arrow. So this is called a line. So on this line, if you are taken limited portions from point A to point B, then that limited portion is called as the segment. So the limited portion on a line, limited portion on a line is called as the segment. Okay, the limited portion on a line is called as the segment. So this is the limited portion we must be understand. For that we can give the first point name is A, and we can give the second point name is B. So this is the AB segment is given the name AB segment. Okay, so this is written as seg AB. Then segment AB, it is said the segment AB means if you are started from this, so you are said segment AB. And if you are started to give name from B, then you are said segment BA. Are you understand? But segment AB and segment BA, they are the same. The segment is same. Only if you are give name from left hand side to right hand side, then it is segment AB. And if you are give name to right hand side to left hand side, then it is segment BA. So here is written that segment AB and segment BA denote the same segment. Denotes means indicate, that indicate the same segment. Is that clear? So the length of the segment is between A point and B point. So the length of the segment is between A point and B point. So the A point is called as the end point, as well as this B point is also called as the end point. So which is the end point of the segment? Can you say? The end point of the segment is segment AB, end point is A, and segment AB's end point is B. So such a way the end point A and end point B. So this segment AB, see, this is the segment AB. I am showing this from going A to the B. So this is the segment AB. So this segment AB is the subsets of line. Okay, this is the subsets of line, because this is the line. So on that line, limited portion is segment AB. So all the elements of AB present in L. So it is the subsets of line. Okay, because you are already learned in maths 1 subset means whatever be the element present, that odd elements are present in another set, then it is a subset. Such a way here the segment AB is also belonging to the line L. So it is a subset of A. AB is the subset of line. Are you understand that? Then we are going to learn another thing. Here is you write AB is smaller than L. L means this line. Okay, AB is smaller than this L. And here is they are said equal to. It is not possible equal to. Here is AB is smaller than L. So here is this is the line L, name is given here. Then we are going to see congruent segment. So first, what is the meaning of congruent? Congruent means they are equal, totally equal. Means suppose length of PQ is 5, then length of AB is also 5. So length of the segments are same, then that is called as the congruent. If the length of the segment are congruent, then segment are also congruent. So what do we say? The length of segment is congruent, then that segment is called as the congruent segment. So here is written, two line segments are said to be congruent if they are same length. Means if there are the two segments. Okay, how many segments? Two. So there are the two segments and the two segments length are same. Here is said the same length. So if there are the two segments and length are same, then they are called as the congruent segment. So this is where say the definition of the congruent segment. The definition of the congruent segment is if their length is same, they are congruent. So we can see with help of the examples here. So see this is the segment AB. See here it is the segment AB. Okay. Then we can write the length of segment AB, that is the 5 centimeter. Then we can see the another segment here. Okay, so this segment is drawn and we can give the name for that segment. So this is the segment CD is there. So that length of CD is equal to how many? So length of CD is also 5 centimeter. So if you are observe here, segment AB is also 5 centimeter and segment CD is also 5 centimeter. So the same length is same. AB 5 centimeter, CD 5 centimeter. So length of AB and length of CD, they are same. So AB is congruent with CD. Why we can say the AB is congruent with CD? Because the length of AB is 5 centimeter and length of CD is also 5 centimeter. So length of AB and length of CD are same. So they are congruent because they have same length. Then we can draw the another segment also. So the name of the segment is PQ and length is also 5 centimeter. So here is length of AB is congruent with length of CD. Here is they are looking length of AB is equal to length of CD. Why they are said equal to? Because the length is same 5 centimeter. So the segment AB congruent segment CD. Why they are congruent? This AB is congruent with CD. Why? Because whatever with the length of AB, that is 5 centimeter. So length of CD is also 5 centimeter. So the length are same. So segment AB and segment CD are congruent. Are you understand what I say? See, it is the AB segment. So that AB segment length is 5 centimeter. It is the CD segment. The CD segment length is 5 centimeter. And it is PQ segment, that is also 5 centimeter. So remember that this is also 5 centimeter. I am mentioning it remains there, but that is also 5 centimeter. So AB 5 centimeter, CD 5 centimeter, length are same, so they are congruent. Same length, so they are congruent. So AB is congruent with CD and CD is congruent with PQ because they are having the same length. So congruent segment means what? Are you understand? If the length of the segment are same, then we can say congruent. If the length of the segments are not same, we cannot say it is congruent. Then we are going to see the here. If we have considered the length of segment AB, we write only AB or length of AB. So length of segment AB can be mentioned by length of AB. If we have considered the set of point between A and B, write the segment AB or side of AB. So they are what they are considered the set of point between A and B. A and B points. This is the A point. This is the B point. Between this there is a set of point. So that is called as the segment. So that is mentioned here segment AB or side AB. So you can say segment or you can say side. It can be written as length of AB, or if there are the 2 points, the A point and B point, so between A point and B point there is a set of points, so the set of point can be said as segment AB. Okay, segment AB. Or it is, instead of segment AB, we can also say it is side of AB. Okay, do you understand this? Then we are going to learn property of segments. So we are going to learn property of segments. So first I will go back and again say this property. I will explain this with help of segment, and then we will see property of the congruent segment. So I am going back to show you this. So first property of the congruent segment. So the first property of the congruent segment, segment AB congruent with itself. Each segment congruent with itself. What is the first property? Each segment is congruent with itself. Do you understand what I say? Each segment is congruent with itself. So AB is the 5 centimeter. So AB is congruent with AB because each segment congruent with itself. How it is? Each person is congruent with itself. The another person is not congruent with yourself. You are only you that you are congruent with yourself. Okay? Such a way, the first property, the segments, the one segment means each segment is congruent with itself. Each segment is congruent with itself. Okay? This is the first property. Second property, if first segment is congruent with second segment. Okay? The first segment is congruent with second segment. When they are congruent, when their length is equal, say 5 5. So when the first segment AB is congruent with second segment CD, then we can say the second segment is also congruent with first segment. So this is the second property. What will be the first property? Each segment is congruent with itself. This is the first property. Each segment is congruent with itself. So segment AB is congruent with segment AB. Okay. Then another property. If first segment is congruent with second segment, then second segment is also congruent with first segment. This is the second property. What is the second property? The first segment is congruent with second segment. That means that the second segment is congruent with first segment. So we can write here AB congruent AB first. Afterwards we can write second property, a segment AB congruent with segment CD. So segment CD congruent with segment AB. Then we are going to learn the third property. Segment AB is congruent with CD. Means first segment is congruent with second segment. Second segment is congruent with third segment. That means that the first segment is that means that the first segment is congruent with third segment. Do you understand what I say? If the first segment is congruent with second segment, the second segment is congruent with third segment, that means that the first segment is congruent with third segment. So this property we are seeing with help of the diagram. Then what will be the properties we are learned and what we say that can be seen here. So it is the first, reflexivity. Reflexivity means what? Segment AB congruent with segment AB. Segment AB congruent with segment. Reason every segment is line segment, every line segment is congruent to itself. Every line segment is congruent to itself. That is why I already explained that every segment is congruent with itself. So this property is called as the reflexivity, segment AB congruent with segment AB. Then you understand, because this they are giving the property and that property can be come to you for 2 marks or 3 marks. So according to your which types of question they are asked depend on that. So property of congruent segment is important. So if you are learn property of congruent segment, with help of that you can write property of congruent triangle also. You can write property of congruent angle also. What can you do? You can do it that where is right segment, that segment can be removed and write. If you want to write property of triangle, then you write the triangle. If you want to write property of the angle, then you can write the angle. Okay, so it is very simple to segment AB congruent with segment AB, every line segment is congruent with itself. So why it is called a reflexivity? Because suppose you are standing in front of the mirror. In mirror, the image which is seen in the mirror is congruent with itself. So if there is not a mirror, if you stand in front of the wall and you are saying, see, there is the congruent image of me. Is it possible? No. So, due to the mirror, there is forming the your image. That property is called the reflexivity. And according to that reflexivity, segment AB congruent with segment AB. Every line segment is congruent with itself. So, another property is called as the symmetry. So that is segment AB congruent with segment CD. Segment AB congruent with segment CD. What is in words? We can see in words. First segment AB congruent with second segment CD. Then segment CD congruent with segment AB. This is called as the symmetry. So that symmetry, we can say segment AB. So first segment is congruent with second segment. So segment AB is congruent with second segment CD. Then second segment CD is congruent with first segment AB. So this is called as the symmetry, and that is also seen with help of the diagram. Then we can see the last property, that is the transitivity. Okay, means transfer one to another. Transitivity. So segment AB congruent with segment CD, segment CD congruent with segment PQ. So segment AB congruent with segment PQ. So what is this? That is, first segment AB is congruent with second segment CD. This is first property in that. First segment AB is congruent with second segment CD, and second segment CD and second segment CD congruent with third segment PQ, congruent with third segment PQ. So what do you understand? See here, first segment AB, it is congruent with second segment CD. So first segment is congruent with second segment, and second segment CD is congruent with third segment PQ. Is that clear? So what is that? Then if so, that first is congruent with second, second is congruent with third, then you can say this third is congruent with first. So segment AB is congruent with PQ. So this is the very important property of congruent segment. Remember that. So with help of that you can write a triangle also. So I am sure I am only orally say to you, how can you write property of congruent triangle? So see, every triangle is congruent with itself. This is the reflexivity. Every triangle is congruent with itself. So triangle ABC congruent triangle ABC. Then symmetry. If first triangle is congruent with second triangle, then second triangle is congruent with first triangle. So triangle ABC congruent with triangle PQR. So triangle PQR congruent with triangle ABC. Then third, transitivity. If first triangle ABC congruent with PQR, then PQR congruent with XYZ. So the ABC is congruent with XYZ. So I am saying that if you understand the property of congruent segment, then what can you do? With help of that, you can write property of triangle, you can write property of angle. What can you do? You are only play Coco and give Co to this segment and write their triangle. Simple. And here is when you write triangle, give your name of triangle. After triangle, if you want to write the property of congruent angle, then instead of segment, you write their angle and write here angle example. ABC congruent ABC, ABC congruent PQR, PQR congruent ABC, ABC congruent PQR, PQR congruent XYZ. So ABC congruent XYZ. Such a way. Are you understand? So remember that this property of congruent segment is very important to you. So you must be remembering. Then we are going to learn another thing. What is that another thing? That is the midpoint. What is the meaning of midpoint? Suppose there is a segment 6 centimeter segment. Okay, so the length of the segment is suppose 6 centimeter, and I am said you can find out the, you can divide that 6 centimeter segment into two equal parts. So what are you doing? 6 is divided by 2. So when 6 is divided by 2, what do you get? 2 3 are 6. So I am draw the segment AB with help of scale. Afterwards I can be I will say to you that AB can be divided into two equal parts. So what can you do? You are divide the 6 by 2. So when you divide the 6 by 2, you are getting answer 3. So with help of scale, you have taken where is 3. At that point, you are doing dot and check the distance at LHS side and RHS side. So both distance are same. That means that that is the midpoint of segment. So midpoint of segment means the point which divide the segment into two equal parts. That is called as the midpoint. Are you understand the midpoint means what? Midpoint means a point divide the segment into two equal parts. Such a point is called midpoint. Is that clear? See again. What is midpoint? Midpoint means a point on a segment, which divide the segment into two equal parts. That is called as the midpoint of segment. So see here, the point A is said to be midpoint of segment if A dash, M dash, B. This is the betweenness they are written. So in that betweenness, what they are said, M is between A and B. Okay, they are said M. See, this is the M. So that M is between A and B. So and they are said M is between A and B. Condition is distance A comma M and distance M comma B, they are same, they are equal. So if distance A comma M and distance M comma B, they are the same, if distance is equal, then that is the midpoint. So we can say M is the midpoint. What do you say? M is the midpoint. So see here. Here is the segment point A. Here is the segment point B, and this is the M. So if you check it the distance from say point A to M and point B to M, then they are equal. That means that M is the midpoint of A and B. So that is equal. So they are shown by the identical mark, equal identical mark. See, AM they are showing by two lines, and here is the BM. They are also showing by two lines. So what is the meaning of that? These identical marks are same. The identical mark on AM and identical mark on BM, they are the same. That means that the length of AM is equal to length of BM. So we can say M is the midpoint. Are you understand this? So how can you find out midpoint? I will show you. So this is the AM and this is the BM. So AM is equal to BM is equal to what? 1/2. Okay, is equal to what? 1/2. 1/2 on 2. 1/2 length AB. Okay, why it is the 1/2 length AB? Because AM is divide this AB segment into two equal parts. One is the AM, another is the BM. Is that clear? So AM is equal to BM is equal to 1/2 AB. Okay. Then, so such a way, what will be the basic knowledge required to solve the practice set, that all we have learned, and I hope that my sincere students, you are understand what I taught you. So we are going to check, we are going to see the practice set 1.2 problem number 1. So here is practice set 1.2 problem number 1. The following tables show point on a number line. So there says the table can be show the points on a number line. Number lines, their coordinates. Decide whether the pair of segment given below the table are congruent or not. So you want to find out the segment are congruent or not congruent. So when you say the segment are congruent, if their length are same, then you can say the segment are congruent. But if their length are not same, can you say they are congruent? Congruent when their length are same, then you are said the segment are congruent. But if their length are not same, one is the 2 centimeter, another is the 3 centimeter, is it possible that you can say they are congruent? No, they are not congruent. So when you say they are congruent, AB is 2 centimeter, BC is 2 centimeter, then we are saying it's congruent. Is that clear? So we can see that what is the questions given to us. So here is point is given A point coordinate minus 3, B points 5, C points 2, D points minus 7, E points E. Such a way they are giving here coordinates. This is the coordinates. A points coordinate minus 3, B points coordinates 5, C points coordinates 2, D points coordinate minus 7, E points coordinate 9. Okay, such a way. Then I want first problem is given to you. There is first we can take all the questions here. Okay, and then we can solve one by one. So here is the first question is taken here. Segment D and segment AB, they are congruent or not congruent, that you want to find out. So when you say segment D and segment AB is congruent, so when the length of segment D and length of segment AB they are same, then we can say they are congruent. If their length are not same, then we cannot say they are congruent. So see here, the segment D is equal to what they are given 9 and segment AB is equal to minus 7. So here is here go back, because some of the students don't understand. They are thinking that sir, how it is 9, how it is minus 7. Okay, so in our minds there are confusions. So I am go back and I will explain you how there are 9 and minus 7 is coming here. So we are go to tables. See, distance D they are said. What they are said D. So D points coordinate is minus 7. So here is right minus 7. First understand is important. So the segment D they are said. So you must be find out distance D. Distance D means what? Distance between D point and E point. Is that clear? So D point's coordinate is minus 7. E point coordinate is 9. Okay. So 9 and minus 7 you are compare. Why you are only compare 9 and minus 7? Because here segment D is given. So if you want to find the distance between segment D, then you must be know the coordinates of D. You must be know the coordinates of E. So the coordinates of D is minus 7. The coordinates of E is 9. So you are compare the minus 7 and compare the 9. Who is the greater? 9 is the greater. Okay. So what can you do? 9 minus in bracket minus 7. So out of bracket negative sign, so minus 1 become plus 7. 9 plus 7, 16. Okay. I will show you. But here is the table, so I am explaining this. So D is equal to you are getting 16. Then here is segment AB. So A point coordinate is minus 3. A point coordinate is minus 3. And B point coordinate is 5. Which is the greater? 5 is the greater. 5 is greater than minus 3. So how you are find out the distance? 5 minus in bracket minus 3. So 5 out of bracket negative. Minus sign become plus. 5 plus 3, 8. Such a way you are finding the segment AB and segment D is distance. So see, D point's coordinate is E point coordinate is the 9 and D point's coordinate is the minus 7. So here is the 9 is greater than, so 9 minus, because you are subtracting, so 9 minus, what is the here? Minus 7. This is the D points. So here is written minus 7. So out of bracket here negative sign. So out of bracket negative sign. So minus 7 become plus 7. So that can be shown below. So see, 9 out of bracket negative sign, minus 7 become plus 7. So 9 plus 7, 16. So segment D is equal to 16. And that is I already explained with help of diagram also. So I think that there is no confusion how you are getting segment D is equal to 16. Then we are going to find out segment AB. So here is B. In segment AB, 5 is the greater than minus 3. So which is the greater coordinates that subtract the smaller coordinates? So distance A comma B, your length AB. So length AB is equal to 5. It is the greater segment minus smaller segment minus 3. That can be right into the bracket. Out of bracket negative sign. So minus 3 become plus 3. So 5 plus 3. So 5 plus 3 what you get? 8. So length of AB here plus 3. How can you get plus 3? Out of bracket negative sign. So this minus 3 become plus 3. So 5 plus 3 what you get? 8. So here is 8. So see, D is equal to 16, AB is equal to 8. Is it possible 16 is equal to 8? No. So segment AB is not a congruent with segment A. Segment D is not a congruent with segment AB. Why D is not congruent AB? Are you understand? D is 16, AB is 8. So it is not possible they are congruent. Then we are going to the, here is written that segment D and AB, they are not congruent. Why not congruent? Because distance is not same. D is the 16 here, D is the 16 and AB is the 8. So distance are not same, so they are not congruent. Then segment BC and segment AD, that you have to find out. Again I am going back. I am going back for you only because in your mind there must not have any confusion. You must be understand this. So segment BC. So I want to find out distance of segment BC. So first we can find out segment BC distance. So you can find out B coordinates. B coordinate is 5. Okay, B coordinate is 5. And what will be the C coordinates? C coordinate is 2. So you are compare the 5 and 2. B coordinates 5, C coordinates 2. So you are compare the 5 and 2. Which is the greater? 5 is greater or 2 is greater? 5 is greater. So what can you do? 5 minus 2. B coordinates 5, C coordinates 2. 5 minus 2. What you get? 3. So segment BC is equal to 3. Are you understand? If you don't understand, I will explain you again. So see, segment BC, B coordinate is 5, C coordinate is 2. Compare the 5 and compare the 2. So which is the greater? 5 is greater. So which is the greater number? That subtract the smaller number. So 5 is subtract the smaller number. 2. What you get? 3. So segment BC is equal to 3. Then we will find out the segment A and D distance. Segment AD distance. So A coordinate is minus 3 and D coordinate is minus 7. So you are comparing that which is the greater. So I already explained you when you are see the negative number, in the negative number look like small, that is bigger, and number look like bigger, that is smaller. I already explained you that minus 1 crore and minus 1. Then minus 1 is bigger and minus 1 crore is smaller. Such a way, here is minus 3 is a bigger than minus 7. So minus 3 minus in bracket minus 1. Out of bracket negative sign, so minus 7 become plus 7. 7 is positive, 3 is negative. Sign is not same, subtract. 7 minus 3, what is remains? 4. Bigger number sign plus. So that will be explain you. Here also segment BC and segment AD is not congruent, but that can be show you with help of solving problem, that is explained with help of the coordinates points. So see segment BC and segment AD. So B coordinate is 5 and C coordinate is 2. So 5 is greater than 2. So here is showing that 5 is greater than 2. So if you want to find out distance BC, so segment BC is equal to 5 minus C. So length of BC is equal to 5 minus 2. So 5 minus 2 is equal to how much? 3. So length of BC is equal to 3. Is that clear? Then you are going to see segment AD. So length of AD. So A is equal to what? You know that is the minus 3. You are already see that in the table. So A is equal to minus 3 and D is equal to you are getting minus 7. So I already explained the number in negative which is look like bigger, that is smaller. Minus 3 is the bigger number than minus 7. So minus 3 minus in bracket minus 7. So length of AD is equal to minus 3 minus in bracket minus 7. So this minus 3 carry as it is minus 3. Out of bracket negative sign. So minus 7 become plus 7. So it is minus 3, it is plus 7. Sign are same? No, sign is not same. So 7 minus 3. What is remains 4. So length of AD is equal to 4. So see, BC is equal to 3. AD is equal to 4. Is it they are same? No, they are not same. So length of BC and length of AD, they are not a congruent because their length is not same. So they are not congruent. Is that, are you understand this? Then we are going to learn problem number 3. That is segment B and segment C. So this is also you must be understand. So I am again going back towards the table and I will explain you. And then we are coming again at these portions. So here we are going back for understanding well. Okay. So this is one problem that is already learned. So last problem we are seeing segment B and segment AD, they are congruent or not congruent. Okay. So first you can find out distance B. So B is equal to, B coordinate is 5. B coordinate is 5 and E coordinate is 9. So here compare, this is the 5, this is the 9. Compare it. Which is the greater number? 9. Yes, 9 is the greater number. So 9 is the greater number than B 5. So subtract 9 minus 5. So 9 minus 5 subtract what is remains 4. So segment B is equal to 4. Remember that you get segment B is equal to 4. If someone don't understand, I will again explain. B coordinate 5, E coordinates 9. Compare it. 9 is greater than 5. So 9 minus 5, 4 is remaining. Then segment AD, that you want to find out. A coordinate is minus 3. D coordinate is minus 7. So greater number is minus 3. So minus 3 minus in bracket minus 7. So out of bracket negative sign, minus 7 become plus 7. 7 is positive and this 3 is negative. Sign are not same, subtract. 7 minus 3 what is remain? 4. Bigger number sign plus. So segment B is the 4, segment AD is the 4. Both are same, so they are congruent. But that can be show you how can you write this, because all things that is I explain with help of the table. Then we are going to write how can you write the whether they are congruent or not congruent, and if they are congruent then why they are congruent. So segment B, here the E coordinate is 9 and B coordinate is 5. So 9 is greater than 5. So length of B is equal to 9 minus 5. See, length of B. So length of B is equal to 9 minus 5. So length of B 9 minus 5 is equal to what? 4. So length of B is equal to 4. Is that clear? Then we are going to see the segment BD. So I am sorry, AD, segment AD. So A coordinate is minus 3 and D coordinate is minus 7. So that is written here. See, A coordinate is minus 3 and D coordinate is minus 7. So minus 3 is greater than minus 7. So minus 3 is greater. So length of AD is equal to minus 3 out of bracket negative sign in bracket minus 7. So out of bracket negative sign, so minus 7 become plus 7. So minus 3 plus 7. So here is minus 3 plus 7. 7 is positive, 3 is negative. Sign are not same. Subtract 7 minus 3. Why subtract? Because sign is not same. 7 minus 3 will remain 4. Bigger number sign plus 4. So AB is 4. So B is equal to 4 and AD is equal to 4. So length of B and length of AD is same. So they are congruent. Sorry, they are congruent. It is not so. So the length of BE, here is written this is wrong. Here is written correct. Segment B and segment AD are congruent because their length is congruent. Then question number 2 here. Point M is the midpoint of segment AB. What they are said, point M is the midpoint of segment AB. Midpoint of segment AB. AB is equal to 8. Then find the M. So here is M is the midpoint of AB. So we can draw such a diagram. So see, this is the AB segment. Okay, this is the AB segment, and in this AB segment, this M is the midpoint. Okay, M is the midpoint. They are given. I am not saying they are given in the questions. That point M is the midpoint of segment AB. So AB, this segment AB is equal to 8. So you want to find out M is equal to what? So you know that this formula is already learned you that length of M is equal to length of BM is equal to half length of AB. So see here, this is the distance A comma M is equal to distance M comma B. They are equal. So here is distance A comma B is equal to distance A comma M plus distance M comma B. So distance A comma B is equal to 8. Here is their written length of distance A to M and distance M to B, they are equal. So here is distance M plus distance MB, that is written because they are given. So here is M is congruent with MB. So this MB, instead of MB, we can write here M. Why we are write here M? Because here is written M and MB is congruent. So here is you write M. So distance M plus distance M, how many you are getting? 2. So 2 distance M is equal to 8. 2 is multiply, go across, divide. So distance A comma M, 2 divide 8, 2 4 are 8. So distance M is equal to 4. This is shown by geometrically all steps that M is congruent with MB. Then how distance AB is made of? So distance AB is made of AM plus MB. Then we are write AB is equal to AM plus MB. Afterwards we are write AM and MB is congruent. So we are write length distance A comma M plus distance A comma M. So A comma M 2 times. Here is written 2 times. So here is write 2 distance A comma M is equal to 8. 2 is multiply, go across, divide. 2 4 8. So distance A comma M is equal to 4. This is one of the method. Another method is I will explain you. Distance A comma M is equal to distance M comma B. Means here is written distance A comma M is equal to distance M comma B is equal to half 1 upon 2 half length of AB. So length of AB is given. So half into AB 8. 2 is divide 8. 2 4 are 8. So M is equal to 4. Such a way also you can find out the length. So we are see the two problems in the practice set 1.2. I hope that all of my sincere students are understand it very well. So whether you are understand or not understand, that can be checked with help of the homework. So here is giving one problem for you for homework. So you can solve this problem and send me on my WhatsApp numbers. If you are like, if you understand what I taught, so please like this channel and subscribe this channel. So all of the students, please subscribe this channel and you send this uh, YouTube video to your friends of the 9th standard and they are also say please subscribe this channel. Okay, have a nice day, stay home, stay safe, bye.